Hey, good evening, everyone. In tonight's free video, I want to talk about the S&P real quickly. And I got a lot of questions. I got a ton of emails asking, well, why do you think we're at these? Why do you think we're hovering at these levels? And my clear answer, to at least for me, is because when you go from the low here to the high, when we broke and closed above it, it's the same. You know, I say this all the time. Look for a 127 extension. You can clearly see we've been hovering there, and we've really been taking a hit there. You can see every time we've gone up, it's spent a couple days trying to go up, and bam, giving it back in 2 days. Couple days going up, bam. Couple days going up, bam. So, you know, it's similar to kind of what we've seen here. And the big thing is, are we going to spend another 2 months kind of chopping around here, figuring out what this thing wants to do or what? We are at some critical levels at 1150, but you know, there's nothing really saying much. There's a ton of support here. Resistance becomes support, so or support resistance. I'm sorry, yeah, support resistance would become support. So if we've retested it once, I'm interested to see if this thing will break this retest right here, which is clearly where we're holding, and get down to these levels. But other than that, there's not really much going on in the daily chart. Now, when you take a look at the weekly, I continue to look at the weekly and I continue to say the same thing. We're hovering at these levels, these fib extension levels, and there's a lot of resistance here. Are we going to hold these levels? I don't know. There's no guarantee, but you can see that 1618 is holding very, very well. We're also into a retracement zone of these from the high down to the low, right? So we're into that zone. So there's a lot of resistance here. Now, that does not mean that we cannot kind of grind higher and even get to 1230. It wouldn't change the story, right? That 50 to 618 area is essentially a zone, and that story doesn't really change. It can be at the beginning of the 50, at the 618 in the middle. So not much. This can continue to go higher if it wants to, and the story wouldn't really change. The only thing that makes me believe that we are starting to near a pullback is just the way the action has been over the last few months, and that has just been very slow and choppy. And I've talked about this before. When you get a lot of this, just look at historically the charts. When you get a lot of this slow, choppy action, especially to the upside, a lot of times it's followed by drastic sell-off. So you get this, you know, choppy mess right here, for example. You get this like choppiness that happens, and it grinds and 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 bam. So you get the same thing, grind, 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 bam. So at some point, I do believe we're going to get a pullback. Now, do I know the exact date it will happen? Absolutely not. Will it happen this year? I don't know. I expect it to happen this year, but anything can happen. So far, there hasn't been any like catalyst as far as news that has driven this market lower, which is part of the reason maybe that we continue to go higher. From a technical perspective, we look like we're weakening here. We're at the extension level, we're at the retracement level, and then, you know, on the monthly charts, we got some momentum that's beginning to turn around. So there's a lot of factors that are saying that we may pull back. But again, charts don't lie. Until we start getting a pullback, there's no reason to start just feeling like, oh, you have to be in this trade. Now, other than that, I would not be feeling like I have to get short, okay? If this is not part of your trading plan, or if you do not trade based on Fibonacci's, or you don't look at taking these types of trades, then don't take them. If it's not part of your plan, don't take them. But that's what I'm looking at, and that's my expectation. All right, so we'll see what happens. All right, we're doing a free Fibonacci ratio trading webinar on this Friday during lunchtime session. And what we'll be doing is we'll be talking about what we do here at Ratio Trading, some of the stuff that we teach. We'll actually be teaching a couple things. We're going to talk about one of the strategies that we like to use here at Ratio Trading, and it'll be fun and eventful. And we'll talk about, you know, some of the stuff that's coming down the pipeline for us, some of the stuff that we're looking to do in the future, and how we can be more helpful in your trading. So it's totally free. If you want to join it, all you need to do is go to our website, ratiotrading.com, which is listed right here. And then you're going to scroll over to the right-hand side, and you're going to see a button here that says sign up for live webinars. You click on that button. You want to scroll down, and it says Friday, January 22nd, 12 p.m. You click on that one, you put in your information, and it will email you the login instructions. And that's it. So we look forward to seeing you guys there. It'll be fun. It'll be good. We'll be talking about the 2-day webinar that we're doing in a couple weeks. And that's it. So hope to see you there, and we'll see you guys at the next video update.